Hey, what's going on my friends? I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic, and we are almost at 50,000, and probably by the time of this video we might actually be at 50,000. And I'd just like to jump on here and say thank you to each and every one of you guys who have supported me so far. But today we're going to be talking about color grading and what I do with my A7IV and my FX6, mainly for the fact that I was using the Canon R5C in my last documentary. You might have seen that. The link will be in the description below if you haven't checked that out already. But I use the R5C, it's a phenomenal camera, and color science obviously is different from Sony to Canon, but it's also different from Sony camera to Sony camera. Whether you like it or not, there's always going to be differences between the models. Now, the great thing about Sony cameras, pretty much from now on, they'll all pretty much be 10-bit color. For now, I'm not sure if there's going to be a budget APS-C version that may bump into 10-bit if they're going to be continuing the APS-C line, but all the full-frame ones that have come out in the last couple of years are generally 10-bit now. And the great thing about 10-bit, it gives you so much more colors to work with. So if you do have a little bit of a different tone, you can adjust it and create just obviously much better color grading. Your color grading experience is going to be so much better, especially if you do use DaVinci Resolve. Let's be real, come on. Premiere Pro users, I'm a Premiere Pro user, but when you compare DaVinci to Premiere Pro, it's like comparing a modern day human to a Neanderthal. Premiere Pro just are so old school when it comes to their color grading. It is not as intuitive as DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is phenomenal for color grading. I just can't edit in it. So I'm really stuck in a position where I can't switch over. But maybe see what happens. And comment below, what do you use? DaVinci, Premiere Pro, Final Cut, LumaFusion, Sony Vegas, what do you use? Comment below, let me know. But the point of this video is pretty much the A7IV. Now, I've had a few people buy my LUT on my website. Thank you very much. You're supporting my channel and everything I do. Obviously, it's only a little bit of money that goes towards me, but I put it pretty much directly back into the channel. That's how I'm able to afford a whole bunch of gear to review for you guys so you can try and make the best decision possible for your filmmaking and photography journey. But when it comes to the A7IV, the colors are different to my FX6. The FX6 has just a more of a different pinkish sort of tone already, whereas the A7IV has more of a greenish sort of tone. Now, it really depends on what you prefer. It is very personal preference here. A lot of people prefer Canon colors because it's more reddy, pinkishy, magenta-y sort of tones. Sony tends to be a little bit more greenish-y now, especially when it comes to the newer color science. With the A7IV, I've designed a LUT where it gives a more pinkish sort of tone. It's more vibrant colors, and it's pleasing to my eye. I love it in a lot of my high-end commercials. It just gives it more of a warmish sort of vibe. It's up to you. This is graded with my LUT right now. But the biggest thing about throwing a LUT directly on S-Log footage is that it still needs work. And it really depends on your white balance as well. You know, did you ruin your white balance and not, have the correct balance? Because that's gonna throw the overall image out as well. But this is just a general grade that you can throw directly on and then make subtle tweaks to it. Generally what I do is I still bump up the contrast, I'll drop a little bit more shadows, and I'll pump up my saturation and vibrance as well. And that can give me an overall pleasing image. It's same again, it depends on your white balance that you did in camera, but it also depends on your exposure as well. A lot of people expose their cameras differently depending on situations, but I know a lot of people tend to expose +2 or +1.7 stops overexposed on the multimetering down the bottom. I generally tell people not to worry about that. Start using zebras so you can see what is actually overexposed, or false color. False color is probably my #1 when it comes to knowing how to expose a scene correctly. But if you do want to check out this LUT on the A7IV, the link will be in the description below. And now trying to get this look with the FX6, you can see here, all I've done is taken the green tones and slid it more towards the green rather than magenta, because you do have a bit of a magenta shift in the FX6 sensor, and it could be very similar with the A7S3 and the FX3 as well. So all you need to do is just tweak it a little bit here and there, and it will still look absolutely fabulous on your other cameras. So anyway, I'm going to be recording the rest of this on the FX6, and this little part here is just to say that I'm gonna be moving studios. I am moving house. We are downgrading with the type of house that we've got. We used to have dogs and we've got a big yard. We've got a 5-bedroom house that we don't use. We've only got one child. We're just going to downgrade because we have a few plans in the future that we're going to be doing. So I'm gonna have a smaller studio. Unfortunately, I'll still have a lot of room for all making these YouTube videos and obviously my editing suite as well. So yeah, it's gonna look a little bit different. Some of my videos are gonna be interrupted, but I'm gonna be trying to make as many videos as possible for you guys. So stay tuned. If you don't follow my Instagram, follow my Instagram. I've got a whole bunch of content on there that I post in terms of reels and updates on the stories and stuff. So yeah, let's get back into the video on the A7IV. So anyway guys, like I said, this is a quick video about color grading and my current LUTs that are out at the moment. The link will be in the description below if you do want to check them out. So yeah, you are supporting this channel, you are supporting me on the filmmaking journey. Like I said, I put all this money back into this channel so I can help you guys get the best out of your filmmaking and photography. Other than that guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, that would be absolutely amazing. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you already haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, let's get it.